Let's take a look at the next art element, value and light. The term value refers to lightness and darkness. Below is a value scale, a 10-step value scale. And you can see, close that. You can see 10 distinct varying degrees of darkness or lightness, and artists often use value scales in two-dimensional work to get a good simulation of light and shadow. So we perceive values in anything based on the conditions of light. Something will look darker under low light, and something will look have a more full value range in bright light. And this photograph by Ansel Adams of farm workers in an internment camp for Japanese Americans during World War II, we detect full range of values that daylight offers. And so you can see everything from, white, bright white, many kinds of grays in between, all the way to very, very dark. So we say that this image, this photograph, has a full range of values. And because of that, it looks very vivid and looks very representational or even realistic. Here's another photograph by an artist named Sally Mann. And in this case, we call this as a low-key value range. Most of the values are darker than middle gray. And as a result, it has a different emotional impact. The previous photograph was very vivid and very lifelike. This image is very dark and mysterious and maybe even a little bit frightening. Here's a different photograph from the same artist, Sally Mann, and you can see in this case, it is a high key range of values. That is there are no values darker than a middle gray or even a light gray. And it has a very different emotional impact. This is light and airy and almost calming and soothing, as opposed to the dark and mysterious image before. So value has an emotional impact. Leonardo da Vinci's version of the rocks, painted back during the Italian Renaissance, is an oil painting that demonstrates a technique called chiaroscuro, which essentially means to model the illusion of volume and space with gradient values. Now, chiaroscuro is a traditional term that's often applied to paintings and drawings. And certainly we still use it today in drawing and painting classes. But you can see the lifelike and volumetric depictions of human forms with this technique. In three-dimensional art forms like this sculpture by Noriko Ambe, the artist does not manipulate value. That is that this material is all just a stack of white paper that's been cut, but the value is the result of lighting conditions. So the same sculpture can look different under different light conditions. So sculpture works differently than two-dimensional work. Two-dimensional work, the artist manipulates value, and in three-dimensional work, the artist makes work and the value changes based on the lighting conditions.